Yo, what's up YouTube? Heatblast back with another vid, and today we're gonna review 3 types of primals. Well, not types, but we're gonna be reviewing every armor, every ability, and every ring. If this video seems rushed, it's because it's my second time making this video. The last one I recorded, I had everything ready, but my dumbass forgot to turn on the mic. So yeah. Forgive me for not having a video out of one of these for a long time. If this gets enough support, I'll make a part 2 and I'll finish everything. I'll also be adding the weird item set elite god strap, such as the dreadstone, eye beholder, and starfish, and everything else as you can tell. Also these 2. I might be missing something, but I'll double check that I'm not. So without further ado, let's start with the rings. Alright guys, so we have 5 rings. One is not from, or yeah, it is from the Primal. Huh. Okay, so I think this dress from the Yeti, and it's called the Yeti Walkers. And so yeah, these are actually really pretty OP. Considering you get 20 defense, 8 speed, and dexterity. Let me max real quick. So yeah, pretty OP. Oh wow, it's speed dwells. But yeah, like I said, this thing gives you 15 attack for 2 seconds and 30 dexterity. That's really OP. I mean, yeah. Other than that, there's nothing much about these, but the fame bonus is pretty nice. So yeah. Next up, we have my favorite ring, which is called the Lit Door Soul Bottom. And this ring gives you 36 vitality. So yeah, that's pretty OP. It also gives you speedy forever, pretty much. You get 36 wisdom for 2 seconds, and lose 36 vitality, which is pretty terrible, but that's my opinion. Other than that, the ring's kinda cool, and it has 10% fame bonus, which is a lot. Next up, we have Ring of Fleshly Desire, and this ring, I think it has the most HP out of any ring, which is pretty awesome. But the stats are alright, nothing much to it. 300 HP, yeah, that's a lot. You get healing for 4 seconds and speedy for 2 seconds. And the cooldown is not that bad. So yeah. Okay guys, on to the next ring, which is probably one of my most favorite rings, other than the negative stats. But this ring gives you 15 attack, 20 dexterity, negative 7 vitality, and negative 9 defense, and negative 130 HP. Which is terrible and good at the same time. You're practically investing life for attack and dexterity. But the specialty is pretty good, honestly. 10 stats. Yeah, all the stats by 10 for 3 seconds. Which is pretty nice if you ask me. And, not to mention, the fame bonus. Still OP. Last but not least, we have Amulet of Ascension. This ring is probably my least liked ring because of just the stats. But I will have to say the fame bonus is quite OP. So yeah. The speciality is kinda okay. I mean, there's nothing special really. But other than that, that's an Amulet of Ascension. And I'm not sure if this thing actually revives you if you die with it. So yeah. Alright guys, so next up we'll be doing the abilities. I'm going to be doing the abilities because there's so many that I have to just review. So I'm going to be flying through these. Well, not flying through them, but you know what I mean. Okay guys, first up we have Scepter of the Ancients. The Scepter is quite OP. The stats are really nice. The damage is kinda good for a Scepter. Let's just test it out real quick. So yeah, wow. That's OP. That's really good. Other than that, there's not much to this. but the specialty is pretty nice, with a 10% chance to apply curse to all enemies. Next up, we have probably one of the best spells there can be, or primal abilities ever. I mean, this thing is OP. It does 150 damage stacking with like 10 shots. Probably more than that, but I'll show you an example. So as you can see, that demolishes. That's like more than 2,000 damage that it just dealt right there. I'll show you again. So yeah, 150 stacking like 10 times. Pretty OP. There's not much to this spell other than summoning the Bone Sharer's Seeker, which is pretty much what you're doing the whole time. There's no stats with it, which is kinda lame. And the fame bonus is kinda good. Oh, and if you're wondering, I cannot review the Staff of Annihilation yet, because they haven't added it to P4s. So yeah, sorry. Okay guys, so next up we have the really OP spell, or not spell, the poison. This poison is like the other one, Thella's poison, but it's even better. Let me show you a quick example, and also the stats, 2 attack and 2 wisdom. Not that bad for a primal item. But the specialty is really nice because you get 50 HP from an enemy within 4 tiles, which is really OP. So let's just go ahead and test this. Okay, so as you saw there, it damaged it 3 times, causing 50 damage the first time. 1.2 thousand damage the second time, and 200 something damage the next time. So overall, you're dealing 2.3, 2.5 thousand damage off the bat. So it's really good, if you ask me. And I mean, look at this, you're stacking this thing. So you're doing like 5k each throw. So yeah. That's about it for this one. Alright guys, so next up we're gonna review the Seal of Necropolis. This thing is really OP. I mean, just look at the stats. 200 HP within 4 squares. Speedy, berserk, damaging. I mean, look at this. It's just OP. Not to mention, you get 150 HP added on. The specialty is quite OP also. You get a 30% chance to restore 200 HP to all players. I mean, come on. This OP. But other than that, that's all for this one. Okay guys, next up is a Trickster. I don't really use Trickster much, since I don't like it, but the Prism is pretty nice. You get invulnerability for 1.6 seconds, also damaging, but you get sickness for 2.5 seconds. The buffs are pretty good. The HP, it doesn't cost MP, it actually costs HP, which is alright. You get Berserk for 2 seconds, and it's an 8-second cooldown, so nothing too special. As you can see, nothing special. Next up, we have probably one of the most OP items ever. This is a Word of Destiny. This thing is like an upgraded conflict, but even better. You get damaging, berserk, weakness on the enemy, and curse on enemy. Not to mention the buffs. I mean, come on, this thing is crazy. And the specialty is even better, with a 25% chance to cleanse all debuffs, which means you'll take the negative debuffs off. So yeah. And you get a 55% chance to restore 555 HP to all players within 5 yards. Come on now. That's just too OP. They should really nerf this, but it's in my opinion. Other than that, let's actually test it. Okay, well, we got epic quest chest. So, let's see what happens. As you can see, this thing is really OP. I mean, look at this. The stats are nice. Everything about it is nice. So, without further ado, let's go on to the next item. Next up, we're going to review the Huntress. The Huntress actually has a nice flesh chart. It does a lot of damage. And I mean a lot of damage. I mean, look at that. That's like 3.5k right there. 3.6k. And the buffs are even better. So, and not to mention the specialty. You have a 50% chance to apply curse and armor burn to all enemies. Now come on, that's OP. Let's go ahead and review this and see the damage. Wow. Okay. So that's OP. Other than that, that's about it for this item. So let's move on to the next one. Alright guys and gals. Next up we have Skull of Vampirism. This skull is actually really nice. And Necro is one of the best classes you could have. So this even adds on to it. And the specialty is really nice. You get damaging, or I mean, you damage it and you have an 8% chance to cleanse all debuffs, which is pretty nice. So let's go ahead and test the damage on this bad boy. Okay, not bad. 1250 to 1500 damage. Pretty good. And I mean, you're stacking this thing. So, and you're healing people also. So it's a win-win situation. Next up, everybody, we have the Helm of Necropolis. This bad boy is like a upgraded jug. Notice the stats on it, as it has damaging for 12 seconds, healing for 5, armor for 5, and berserk for 12. But the MP cost is really high, which I don't like. And the cooldown is really high also, which I don't like. Speciality is pretty much the same as anything else. 2.5 chance to become invulnerable for 3 seconds. So, it's pretty cool. And I mean, look at all these buffs. Who wouldn't want this thing? Next up, everybody, we have the Limb Split Quiver. This quiver is actually kinda nice. The damage isn't too high, but that's alright. But you do get damaging yourself for 3 seconds. And the shots are really OP. Okay, so you see why this is solo? Because it stacks 3 shots each time. Not to mention boomerangs. So you're doing almost like 1.2k to 1.8k each time. So I'll just show you for example. Okay, as you saw, that is really OP. Yeah, that's OP. Other than that, the stats are kinda nice. The MP cost is really high, which I don't like. You have 4% chance for projectiles to do 1.5 times damage. Meaning, this thing is pretty much going up to 600 and 750 damage. That's really OP, considering boomerangs. So yeah. Next up, we have the Almighty Knight, who has the legendary Wall of Gore. So, the Wall of Gore is pretty crazy. Just notice the damage and the HP. But the negative debuffs, I don't see a reason to be there. It costs 240 HP, which is a lot. So you gotta be careful with this thing. It's not a joke. The specialty is kinda good, I guess. But let's just test how this bad boy works. So yeah, that's pretty much what it does. Yeah, that's OP. Also guys, we have 2 tombs for the priest. So here's the Tomb of Fleshly Desire, and here is the Twilight Grimoire. Now honestly, Tomb of Fleshly Desire is better. I'll show you many reasons why. Notice the stats. How it removes negative conditions and also deals damage, which this one doesn't do. So let's test this bad boy out real quick. Oh gosh, stupid spaceship. Alright. So 1.1 thousand damage. And then I mentioned you're using your HP for this. Yeah, that's OP. For the Twilight Grimoire is just not okay. I stand corrected. I guess this thing increases all your stats by 10 for 30 seconds. And that's a 4-second cooldown. I just noticed that, so sorry about that. That's actually kinda OP for what it is. Next up, everybody, we have the Rogue's Cape of Twilight. This thing is insane. It has so many buffs, and there's so many on-equip buffs also. And the MP cost is really good. The speciality is kinda nice. Nothing too much. But let's test it real quick. That's insane. But I mean, the darkness is a negative effect on you, in my opinion, because it's hard to say stuff. Other than that, that's about it. This thing is really OP though if you like rogues. Okay, everybody, we're going to be moving on to our final category, and that will be the armors. So, here they are. I'm actually missing 2 armors at the moment. I'll have to add those back in. But, first off, we're going to be reviewing the robes. Here's the Bone Splitter robe. As you can see, this thing is pretty good. The speciality is really nice. Negative 9 Vit though, not the best. I really like this one because it's the Garba Frozen Queen. And I mean, look at these stats. You can't tell me that's not insane. Although, again, the negative effects really suck. The speciality, meh, it's alright. But that's about it for the robes. Next up, everybody, we have the hides. Bone Metal of the Fallen and Lycon's hide. So I really like this armor because it has 18 dex, which is pretty good in my opinion. They're actually both the same. It's just it's switched vice versa. It's really complicating. For this one, your specialty is armored for 2 seconds. For this one, you have 50% chance to gain healing and armored, which is really nice. Nothing too special about these. Last and finally, we have the heavy armors. So first up, we have Titan's Breastplate, which is a pretty good armor. I mean, literally stats: 25 defense, 6 attack, negative 9 speed, and negative 6 dex, which is kind of scary. But the HP is really nice, and the fame bonus is nice. And if you look on the bottom, you get armored forever, which is really OP. Sorry about that. But the speciality is really nice also. You get speedy for 30 seconds. Just be careful when you're in tight places and scary places. For this one, it's the Necrotic Bone Plate. I really wish this had 25 defense like the other one. But, the stats are alright. 11 dex, 11 attack. And the speciality, it's the same old same old. 15% chance to become damaging for 6 seconds. So guys, this has been the first part of Primals. If you'd like me to do a second part where I review everything else, also with the awkward items, these 5 Other than that, see ya.